Before I dive into today's video, let me ask you something directly. Have you ever wondered why some men walk into a room and suddenly everything feels different? Women look twice, the air feels heavier, and people subconsciously notice them without knowing why. What is that invisible aura? What is that silent power? And yes, many men believe that this mysterious magnetism comes from one thing: semen retention. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Amelia, and this is Dark Psychology, where we get real, raw, and deep into the hidden forces that shape human behavior, especially the psychological dynamics between men and women. Now, in today's video, it's more so for the men, but also ladies, you guys can still stick around because we're going to be dropping some facts and knowledge in today's video. I haven't pre-planned this video, so I don't really know what I'm going to be saying, but I do know the direction. It's to do with semen retention, the new FAP movement, the No Nut November mindset, and the deeper meaning behind holding your sexual energy. You guys, I did a video a couple weeks ago now, my perspectives on NoFap, on semen retention, on No Nut November. All of that was in that video. So if you haven't checked that out, I absolutely recommend watching that after this one. But today we're going into a darker, deeper, more psychological layer, one that almost no woman online is talking about. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this from a woman's perspective. I have noticed online that there is literally almost zero to no women talking about this topic. There's a whole lot of men talking about semen retention. Now, you guys, it's important because it's powerful, but I'm going to hone in today on the question, the golden question men ask, and a lot of men attempt to answer it, but not a lot of women do. So I will be the participant in y'all's conversation today. And that question is, can women smell semen retention on a man? Yeah. I'm sure you guys are excited to hear a woman's perspective on this instead of a guy's, because let me point something out. If that was the case, wouldn't you think more women would be talking about it than men? Because let's be honest, it's mostly men who claim they can smell semen retention on other men's energy. Interesting, right? But here's where it gets psychological. Women can sense it, not smell it. Instead of the word smell semen retention on a man, I want to use the word sense, because what it truly is when we interact with people who have been saving their sexual energy, it's not a scent. It's a sensation that we pick up on energetically. We feel it. We notice it. We sense when someone does not have leaky energy. And this is the first topic I want to discuss when it comes to semen retention. This is the analogy that's coming to me right now. You guys, when someone is practicing semen retention, holding in their sexual energy, I want to give y'all the analogy of a plastic water bottle. Now, listen closely, because this analogy is not just cute. It's actually one of the most accurate ways to understand how your energy works. The plastic water bottle is full of water. Your water represents your life force energy, your sexual energy, your creative power, your drive, your focus, and the spiritual spark that moves you through life. Now, the more you give that energy away, either to masturbation, to one-night stands, to meaningless hookups, to scrolling, to lust-driven habits, or to any form of unconscious sexual expression, you are poking tiny holes into that water bottle. Little punctures everywhere, fork punctures, pin pricks, invisible leaks you don't notice at first. So every time you go to take a sip of your own life force energy, every time you reach for inner strength, every time you try to access focus, confidence, discipline, or clarity, it's leaking. You're losing it. You're pouring it out unintentionally. Have you ever had a moment where you wake up tired even though you slept? Or you feel drained even though you didn't do anything? Or you feel empty in a way you can't explain? Now you know why leaky energy. So many men walking around today have no idea that their low energy, their depression, their anxious mind, their lack of power, their weak presence is not because they're broken. It's because their water bottle is punctured and leaking in 10 different directions. And listen, not a lot of people are aware of this. But when they encounter other individuals, some people can pick up on this energy instantly. Can they pick up on leaky energy? I for sure can. More so because I've been practicing this, so I know what it's like to have leaky energy, unintentional leaky energy. When you have leaky energy, you feel drained. You feel off. You feel like something is missing. You ask yourself, why am I so tired? Why do I feel empty? Why do I feel like I have no power left? And the answer is simple. Because your water is leaking. You're giving your energy away to things you don't even remember or things that don't deserve your energy in the first place. You're giving your water away to empty experiences, draining yourself with impulses, depleting yourself without intention. When you practice restraining yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, you are holding in your water. You're preserving your energy. So when you need strength, you have it. When you need confidence, it's there. When you need discipline, it shows up. When you need to lead, your presence commands the room. Instead of surviving off tiny, fearful sips, you take a full gulp of your own power because your bottle is full. All right, that's the first note. I want to talk about an analogy when it comes to semen retention. It's a plastic water bottle full of water, and when you practice restraining yourself, you are holding in your water for when you're thirsty. You get to have a big gulp instead of a sip and a sip because you actually don't have that much water because it's leaking in unnecessary places. But now let's go deeper into the real question. The question that brought you here. The question men whisper about in forums, comment sections, gym locker rooms, and late-night discussions. Can women actually sense semen retention on a man? Because the truth is more shocking and more psychological than you think. Now back to the point of the conversation. Can women smell semen retention? I would say to an awakened woman for sure. To a woman who is in tune with her own energy, in tune with the energy of others, connected spiritually, emotionally, and energetically, of course, she can pick up on it. And let me be extremely clear. It's not even your semen retention specifically that she's sensing. It's not the no-nut part. It's not the physical act of withholding. Y'all don't get it confused. What she senses is something much deeper. The energetic shift that happens inside a man when he stops leaking energy everywhere. Because when a man stops leaking energy, he becomes contained. He becomes solid. He becomes intentional. He becomes centered. He becomes magnetic in ways that cannot be faked. Women, especially intuitive women, don't look at you and think, oh, he must be on semen retention. No. What she feels is your energetic integrity, your groundedness, your presence, your inner calm, your emotional stability, your lack of desperation, your lack of sexual neediness, your ability to sit in your power without craving external stimulation. And that is what she senses. That's the real scent, not a smell, a frequency. Instead of the word smell, semen retention on a man, I want to use the word sense. Because what it truly is when we interact with people who have been saving their sexual energy, it's not a smelling sense. It's a sensation that we can feel energetically. We can pick up on it when someone does not have leaky energy. Your self-containment is what becomes noticeable. Your inner solidity is what becomes magnetic. Your energy is not fragmented anymore, and this is something I can just sense in the energetics. Let me put it this way. Every man has a vibe when he walks into a room. Most men walk in with scattered energy, nervousness, lust, insecurity, impatience, emptiness, neediness, craving attention. But a man on true semen retention, he walks in with weight, presence, a calm that makes a woman glance twice without knowing why, an intensity that doesn't require eye contact, loud talking, or showing off. His energy silently announces, I'm here, I'm grounded, I'm full. And women feel that. Women respond to that. Women are drawn to that not because of biology alone, but because energy doesn't lie. Now listen, what comes into the room before you? Most people think it's your posture or your facial expression or your confidence, but the truth is, it's your intention. Your intention is the first energetic imprint people feel. It reaches the room before your body does. It announces you, and not a lot of people set intentions before they go and do something. So let me ask you, what is your intention with semen retention? What is your intention with this time in your life? Is it growth, healing, discipline, purpose, spiritual awareness, self-mastery? Or is it just to get women to sense you? Because if your intention is weak, shallow, or manipulative, a woman can sense that too. What is your intention with this time in your life with semen retention? What is it? Because when you have that intention, it is the first thing that comes. No matter where you are, no matter who you're with, no matter who you interact with, that intention is the first thing someone can sense. So if you're still being toxic to yourself, it doesn't matter if you're practicing semen retention. I can still smell out your toxicity. You can't fool an awakened woman. I can smell you out. I can sense you out. All right? And let me say something brutally honest. Women are not attracted to semen retention. They are attracted to the man you become because of it. Retention doesn't make you attractive. Transformation does. And women feel the difference instantly. I think it's also important for men. When you're doing this, cut the liking of unnecessary women's photos. Cut that habit out of your life. You guys don't understand. A like is an energetic exchange. It is not harmless. It is not innocent. It is not just a like. It is a tiny thread of your energy, your attention, your sexual force, your focus, being tied to a woman who isn't even in your life. And listen, this is exactly what leaks your energy. A lot of men think that semen retention is only about not touching yourself. But what you watch, what you click, what you like, what you linger on, all of that is sexual energy leaking out through your attention. Your attention is your most expensive currency, and the world knows it. Social media knows it. Women who post certain photos know it. So, here's the truth most men don't want to hear. You can be on semen retention and still be leaking energy every single day. If you're scrolling Instagram and liking women's pictures just to feel something, just to get a hit, just to get a spark of dopamine, just to feel alive for a second, that's not semen retention. That's self-betrayal. That's what weakens your aura. That's what kills your self-respect. That's what makes your energy ungrounded and easy to read. Cut the liking of unnecessary women's photos. Cut that habit out of your life. You guys don't understand. A like is an energetic exchange between you and that woman. You are being tied energetically. And I know you guys aren't aware of this because we're very in tune with the physical reality. But what semen retention does is it gets you back in tune with the internal reality that your soul resides in. Your soul resides in the seed of your soul. So when you bust in your nuts, that's planting seeds. Seeds of energy, maybe in women, maybe in unnecessary ties, maybe in fueling your inability to love yourself. Think of every like as a tiny invisible cord connecting you to someone's energy. Hundreds of cords, thousands of cords, all pulling pieces of your power away from you. Some men wonder why they feel drained. It's not because they don't have energy. It's because their energy is being scattered, not contained. A king keeps his energy focused. A king directs his energy. A king protects his energy like it's gold because it is. Now, I really think it's crucial to understand if you are doing this, if you are being called to semen retention or you've been practicing it for a while, it's for a much grander purpose than just a relationship. Because guess what? Relationships will come, attraction will come, opportunities will come, magnetism will come, but only when you're shedding away all the nonsense that your sexual energy gets attached to. Because sexual energy is life force, and life force creates attachments, connections, ties, bonds, even when you don't realize it. Yeah, we form attachments to things with our sexual energy because it's our life force energy. So even men during this time, ask yourself, do you still seek out validation from external sources or women? Also, do you seek out validation from external sources? What are those sources? Is it Instagram? Is it dating apps? Is it to see if you still got it? Cut the it is crucial in today's society to know how to validate yourself, to validate your value, your existence, your masculinity, your energy without another person involved, to validate yourself without depending on anyone, especially not random people online. Because here's the dark truth. As long as you chase validation, you cannot retain energy. As long as you seek external approval, your water bottle keeps leaking. As long as you need others to confirm your worth, you lose the magnetic power that semen retention gives you. Self-validation is not optional. It's the foundation. Because the moment you stop leaking your energy externally, your energy begins to rise internally. And that transformation, women feel that instantly. It's crucial to know how to validate yourself without another individual, without needing materialistic gains, without needing someone's attention to feel alive. You as a human being, you as your unique expression. You must learn to honor that because that's what you're doing when you're holding in your nuts. You're getting to collect your own nuts. And the more you collect your energy, the more you pull that power back into yourself, the more you reclaim pieces of your soul that were scattered everywhere, the more dangerous you become in the best possible way. Dangerous to laziness, dangerous to weakness, dangerous to distraction, dangerous to self-sabotage, dangerous to the version of you that once leaked energy everywhere. A man who controls his sexual energy controls himself. A man who controls himself controls his destiny. And that is the masculine frame women feel instantly. And the more you collect your nuts, the next time you bust, it's going to be a spiritual experience because you actually got something to give. Your water's full, your cup's full. You're not experiencing an energy drought inside yourself. A lot of people experience energy droughts because they're unaware of their leaky water bottle. And then they ask, why don't I have any water left? Why don't I have anything else to give? Why am I so depleted? Imagine standing in the desert with an empty bottle. That's how most men feel inside. Dry, hollow, thirsty for meaning, validation, excitement, purpose. But imagine the opposite. Imagine holding a bottle overflowing with water, cold, pure, powerful. Imagine feeling full inside. Imagine being able to move through life without craving anything external. Imagine walking into a room and women feel your presence before you speak. That's semen retention done right. How much are you giving away your energy to things you're not even aware of? Always go back to the reasoning of why you do things. And this is with everything in your life. Why is it you do what you do? Where is the root of it? What is the root cause of it? Is that root dead? Is there no life flourishing from that root? Well, in this time, you can uproot some things because you got energy to do that. And you can plant your seed, your semen, not out into old soil or dead soil. You got to lay the foundation. So when you do plant that seed, whether it be in another relationship, your most highly desired relationship, that relationship has no other option but to flourish because you're coming from a healthy, energetic place in your body. That's your attracting force. A woman can instantly tell when a man is energetically fertile, not just physically fertile. A man whose energy is dense, focused, warm, abundant, that is the kind of man who naturally attracts her. A man who shows self-restraint is far more attractive than a man who shows impulsiveness because restraint equals control. Control equals power. Power equals safety. Safety equals attraction. And that is what a woman picks up on before anything else. You got to choose what you pour your water into because it's not leaking. You get to choose. I think this is a really important video, you guys. And I think it's really important for men and women to at some point in their life practice this, to be aware of this concept, to be aware of their soul, their spirit, their energetics. And the more people that become aware of this will in return get a heightened sense of who they are, of what their energy feels like. Is it highly attractive when a man can restrain himself from sexual desires? Yes, because it shows a high level of discipline, a high level of self-control, a high level of inner mastery, which is crucial in a relationship. I know men have higher sex drives than women. I'm not unaware of this fact. I know how it's probably a lot harder for men to practice this than it is for a woman. I've been practicing it for almost 4 months now, and I think men can relate to this. The longer you do it, the longer you push your own bounds of what you think you couldn't go past. When you push that boundary within yourself, when you accomplish something you set out to do, the reward isn't external. It's not in women. It's not in attention. It's not in validation. The reward is internal. It's the quiet strength you feel every day. It's the calm confidence that no one can take away from you. It's the unshakable presence people notice without you speaking. That is what makes semen retention a form of self-love. Not control, not suppression, not manipulation. Self-love. When you accomplish something you set out to do, the reward isn't in the external. The reward is truly inside. It's feeling your life force energy every single day, not being a slave to impulses, not being controlled by lust, not being pulled by instant gratification, not being weakened by your own desires. Because semen retention is an act of self-love. Don't get it twisted. That is a really high potency of love. High potency. It's the potency of your energy that a woman senses. It is the potency of it. That's the thing that penetrates her without you even needing to be in her. Your energy penetrates her first. That's it. That's the whole cake. That's the entire truth. Your energy is the first thing that penetrates. Not just a woman, but this entire life. A woman will feel your energy before she ever hears your words. She will feel your presence before she sees your face. She will feel your intention before you make a move. Masculine energy doesn't need permission to be felt. It announces itself silently. When your sexual energy is contained, disciplined, purified, and directed inward, your aura becomes dense, warm, magnetic, powerful. Women don't feel your body first. They feel your field. And a man with self-control has a field that hits like a wave. Yeah, this is a really cool topic that I'm honestly pretty passionate about. I really think more women should be talking about this and practicing it, as well as I think more men should. You know what? If you're wanting to do this, give it a try. Why not give it a try? If you've been doing this for a bit, especially if you're a man and a woman, I mean, we all deserve a round of applause for this because it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to know your energy, to rely on yourself for self-fulfillment and not sexual desires, not sexual experiences, not validation. Now, I want to end with the same question we began with. Can women smell semen retention on a man? Now, it's crucial to understand this. I'll give you the answer. What's your intention of doing semen retention? If it's for yourself, if your intention is pure, if you're doing it for growth, discipline, clarity, self-love, then yes, of course she can. She can feel it, sense it, read it, respond to it, because your intention projects itself into your aura. But if your intention is just to get women to sense you, if you're doing it for attention, if you're doing it for validation, if you're doing it to manipulate attraction, no, she won't. She won't feel anything because your intention isn't self-fulfilling. It's shallow, it's external, it's disconnected, and the energetic manipulation behind that intention cancels out the benefits of semen retention itself. Do it for you, not for women, not for attention, not for ego, not for validation. Do it because you've decided to become the kind of man who holds his own power. Do it because you want to master yourself, because you want to direct your life force, because you want to stand strong in your own masculine energy. When you do it for yourself, you transform. When you transform, your energy transforms. And when your energy transforms, the world responds. Women respond, life responds. Now listen, that is something you should pat yourself on the back for. But look at it as a much grander reasoning. It's for yourself. It's to know yourself. It's to gain control over that energy, which will allow you to succeed in relationships, in creative projects, in anything you want, because you've mastered the ability to control your own life force energy, which is you in totality. All right, so I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys got something out of it, and you can appreciate a woman's perspective because I know there's not a lot of women talking about this. So anyways, you guys, if you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you agree, disagree, or just have something to say. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. This is Amelia, and you're watching Dark Psychology, where we uncover the hidden forces behind attraction, energy, and the human mind. Until next time, stay powerful, stay disciplined, stay dangerous in the right way. Music.